Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, affects every single one of us, our money. Now, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This is about taking back control of your financial life. And I know, it can sound intimidating, but I promise, by the end of this, you'll have a clear, simple path forward. So, let's dive right in. Let's just rewind a bit to something we all went through, the pandemic. I mean, for a lot of us, it was a massive financial wake-up call, right? It really made us stop and ask a pretty tough question. What actually happened to our savings when everything felt so uncertain? And, this slide really paints a picture of what that looked like. You've got two families here. Both get hit with the exact same crisis, a sudden job loss. For family A, it was a spiral into financial stress. Their savings just vanished. But look at family B. Their savings were like a safety net, giving them stability. And the key thing here, the big difference, it wasn't luck. It was all about having a financial plan. Okay, so that brings us to the big question. What even is personal finance? It sounds like this big, complicated thing, but trust me, it's not. Let's cut through all the jargon and just make it simple. Look, when you boil it all down, it's really just about two things: managing the money you have and making smart choices with it. That's it. You don't need to be a math genius or have some crazy complex spreadsheet. It's just about understanding where your money is going so that you are in the driver's seat. All right, let's put some numbers to this to make it super clear. Imagine your income is 50,000 rupees a month. Your kharch or expenses are about 30,000. That leaves you with 20,000 left over. Now, what do you do with that? And that right there, that's where personal finance comes in. It helps you turn that question from a source of stress into a real strategy for your future. A great way to think about this is like building a house. You need a solid foundation, right? Well, in finance, that foundation is built on 5 key pillars. If you can get a handle on these, you are setting yourself up for success. So what are they? First up, you've got income. Pretty simple. That's the money coming in. Then spending. And this is really about knowing where your money is actually going. Third, saving, which is the crucial habit of putting money aside. Fourth is investing. And this is different from saving. This is where you make your money start working for you and grow. And the fifth one, which is so often overlooked, is protection. Think insurance, the stuff that protects you from a financial hit. All 5 of these, they work together to shape your entire financial world. All right, so we get the what, but let's talk about the why. Why is this so incredibly important? Well, because when it comes to money, what you don't know can absolutely hurt you. In fact, not knowing this stuff, it can be one of the most expensive mistakes you ever make. And I want to share a quick but really powerful story to show you exactly what I mean. An auto rickshaw driver was sold a dream. He was told that if he bought a certain insurance policy, his money would double in just 3 years. Doubling your money in 3 years? I mean, who wouldn't want that? It sounds almost too good to be true. Well, that's because it was. He was completely misled. He took his hard-earned money and put it into what he thought was a one-time investment. But the reality was it was an insurance policy that required him to pay a premium every single year. A tiny detail that was, conveniently left out. He got taken advantage of, plain and simple, because he didn't have that basic financial knowledge to spot the red flags. And that story, that's exactly why I say financial literacy is basically a superpower. It's your shield against scams. It's the tool you use to build a secure future for your family, to actually grow your savings, and to improve your life. It's not just about getting rich. It's about giving yourself power and control. And look, that driver's story, it's not some rare exception. Just look at this statistic. It's kind of staggering. An estimated 90% of people who are educated, I'm talking school, college, are not financially literate. We learn all about history and biology, but somehow we're not taught how to manage our own money. That is a huge, huge gap in our education. Okay, so the big question is, how do we fix this? How do you personally start to bridge that gap? It's not as hard as you think. I'm going to break it down for you into 5 super simple, actionable steps you can literally start today. First things first, it all begins with a budget. And a really easy way to get started is with something called the 50-30-20 rule. It's a game changer. The idea is simple. 50% of your income goes to your needs, your Zerwerthen, like rent, food, bills. 30% goes to your wants, your Ichhain, things like going out, hobbies, subscriptions. And then the most important part, a non-negotiable 20% goes straight to your savings or paying off that. So let's put it all together. Here is your financial action plan, step by step. 1, create that budget. 2, build an emergency fund. We'll talk more about that in a sec. 3, plan for retirement. And seriously, it is never too early to start thinking about this. 4, get health insurance. That's your protection piece. And 5, get into the habit of saving and investing regularly. Consistency is key. But I really want to double click on that emergency fund for a second because this is the bedrock of everything. The key concept here is pay yourself first. It's a powerful shift in mindset. It means before you pay your rent, before you pay any other bill, the very first bill you pay is to yourself, into your emergency fund. The goal? To stack up enough cash to cover 6 months of your essential expenses. This is the buffer that lets you sleep at night. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one simple but really important question to ask yourself. Just take a second and really think about it. What is your money doing for you right now? Is it just sitting there? Or is it actively working to build the life you actually want? Only you know the answer. But the best part is, the power to change that answer, well, that's completely in your hands.